Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales is back this weekend for more box office treasure. But should you sign up for another trip with Captain Jack Sparrow? We'll tell you right here on Screen Junkies News.
Looking for a pirate, Captain Jack Sparrow?
Well, today is your lucky day. Because I just happen to be Captain Jack Sparrow.
Hi, I'm Dan Merle here with my review for Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, the fifth entry in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise that, quite frankly, maybe should have ended after one. As you've come to expect with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, this is all about pirates and double crosses and treasures and ancient artifacts and sea curses and crazy creatures and everything that you have already seen before, and that's kind of the biggest problem with this movie. This is not a terrible movie in the sense that it's poorly made. This isn't a terrible movie in the sense that it's poorly acted. But this is a completely uninspired rehash of everything that you have already seen in every other Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I think that the studio sometimes, when they get a hit like Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl, that is such a box office hit that so many people go to see again and again because the movie engaged them, they think, okay, we're just going to make that movie all over again. And that's what they've been doing with the last couple Pirates of the Caribbean movies. They brought nothing new to the franchise. They brought nothing new to the table or the characters. They're just remaking the same Pirates of the Caribbean movie that you've seen before. And this one is maybe the worst of all. It's like when they were developing this movie that they took a grab bag that said things we've done in other Pirates movies, reached in, randomly assembled them into a script, and presented them to the audience saying, you like this, right? The reason that people love Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which, believe it or not, came out 14 years ago. 14 years ago. Oh my God. It's because Johnny Depp brought such an energy and such a weird vibe to a genre that didn't really ever have that kind of performance in it. Captain Jack Sparrow, the reason that he is such a great character is because he was so unique. Here, Johnny Depp is completely phoning in his performance. There's none of that spark or flair that you saw in the first movie or even the second and third movies. Johnny Depp is just there to collect a paycheck. He kind of does his character, which is really more of the town drunk. A lot of people forget that Johnny Depp was nominated for his first ever Academy Award for playing Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl. And the reason that that performance stood out is because he brought such a unique energy to a genre that doesn't usually get that kind of performance. It was so unique, it was so special, and instead of letting that live on its own, they've just retreaded it and retreaded it. They've copied it so many times that it's an imitation of what it once was. Johnny Depp is phoning it in this movie. He's doing a caricature of what he did 14 years ago, believe it or not, in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And I can't blame him because really this movie sidelines Captain Jack Sparrow almost the whole way through. For a franchise that is known for bringing a lot of characters and a lot of plot lines and a lot of double crosses and complexity to what's going on, this is a franchise that really doesn't have a whole lot of imagination. They can't break out of the 5 or 6 different character motivations or archetypes that you've seen in the 4 previous films. We are on our 4th different zombie pirate crew led by a supernatural undead captain in this 5-film franchise. It's insane that they're not thinking out of the box more. This has literally the entire ocean to choose from. You can choose any kind of bad guy. You can have ocean creatures. You can have it be a more grounded story. You can do any number of things, but the fact that they keep returning to this well, returning to the same kind of bad guy with the same kind of henchman, with the same kind of plot over and over and over again shows that Disney's not really invested in doing anything new with this franchise. But on the 5th movie, they really need to be. Audience patience is not going to stick around forever, and they're really not doing anything new with these Pirates movies. Is it going to make a lot of money? Yeah, I think this movie's probably going to make a fair amount of money, but it's not going to make as much money as the other Pirates movies did. As a matter of fact, I bet it's probably going to make the least money out of any of them, and that's because, yes, we do like Johnny Depp, and yes, people love the first Pirates movie, and they went to see it over and over again, but it's not just because Johnny Depp was in it, it's because it was new, it was fresh, and this movie feels so dated. It could have been made 5 years ago, it could be made 5 years from now. It's the same stuff that you've seen before. So I can't really recommend that you go see Pirates of the Caribbean 5 unless you've never seen a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. If you've never seen a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, then there will probably be some stuff in there that you haven't seen before because you're not so used to what's happening on screen. You haven't seen it so many times before. For the rest of us, for the people that are fans of the franchise or have seen the movies, there's nothing new here. There's nothing to see. You're not going to come out with anything more than just 2 hours of your life spent watching yet another adventure unfolding the way that you expect it to. The saddest thing about this movie isn't that it's bad, it's what could have been. There are glimmers of the movie that could have been that you see in different parts of it. Johnny Depp is actually a pretty good physical comedian in the opening action sequence of this movie. It really starts things off with a bang, and I was hoping that the movie would keep that kind of momentum up, kind of reinventing the way they do action and showing us things from a new way. They don't. They go right back to what they used to with the kind of dueling and ship sword play that we've seen in so many other movies. Jeffrey Rush also comes back as Captain Barbossa, and again, he remains the only cast member in this franchise that looks like he's still having fun. He's still giving it his all. He's still doing crazy things with his character, but in a way that makes you laugh. It makes you smile. It makes you enjoy what he's doing. He's not phoning it in. He's still as committed as he was on day one, maybe because he's a supporting character and hasn't had to carry this entire franchise on his shoulders in the way that Johnny Depp has. You can see how kind of tired he is of playing this character. There are also things that happen in the movie that show a genuine affection for the franchise and an affection for its characters and where they end up. And it almost won me over in the end until they add the obligatory post-credit sequence. Yes, if you sit through the end of the credits, there is a tag, and it kind of gives you an indication for where they're going to be going in the probably inevitable Pirates of the Caribbean 6, which is to take what they've done with this movie, which does undo some of the stuff that was done in the previous movies, and continue to explore and further undo what's already been done. They set up something that's going to go back to the original movies, but not in a fun way, in a way that completely undoes what was done before, wipes away what little things that the first 2 or 3 Pirates movies did, and just rehashes it all again. And again, that goes to show you the problem with this franchise, which is an utter lack of imagination and really what seems to be cluelessness about what to do next. Maybe there's only so many things that you can do in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. These movies have done all of them, and for me, the charm has been completely lost. So I can't recommend Pirates of the Caribbean 5. It is completely a warmed over reserving of what you've seen before. Maybe if you've never seen a Pirates of the Caribbean movie before, then it might hold some charms for you, but it is not a recommendation for me. Watch the first one again. It's still a better film and a more original film on its 10th watch than this is on its first watch. Maybe try to find another movie, a smaller movie, or one from earlier this summer that's gotten great reviews that you haven't seen before. It's a pass from me on Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Thanks for watching Screen Junkies News. You can click, select, tap, whatever you want. The box is on screen to watch even more Screen Junkies News, and don't forget to click the logo to subscribe.